1982, my family and I began studying martial arts here. About 1995, I began learning acupuncture and the healing arts. After 20 years of practice of acupuncture, it's given me a deeper understanding of points and maybe some alternative uses for the points, along with assisting in manipulation of my opponent. So I would like to demonstrate using the acupuncture points for opponent compliance. May I begin? I apologize in advance. There's going to be a glare if anybody can. We've moved these all over the place, but so some of you may have a glare, so you can't see all the charts. But does this look all right for everybody? Okay. So beginning with acupuncture, martial arts, healing arts, two sides of the same coin. So in acupuncture, along with this demonstration, the main application that I'm going to use is the 5 phases of transformation, or the 5 elements. So what this is, you have fire, fire creates earth, earth creates metal, metal creating water, water creating wood, wood creating fire. Now, within each of these elements, which I will touch on later, is a paired organ system, a yin and yang organ system, that are one solid and one hollow organ. So that would be considered like husband and wife. Okay, so the fire element will be, that actually has 4. You have small intestine, heart, and pericardium, and triple burner. The earth element has spleen and stomach. The metal element has large intestine and lung. Water element, bladder and kidney. Wood element, gallbladder and liver. Now, when these things are in harmony, we have health. When these things get out of harmony, then we have disease. So the more important thing here is the controlling cycle. This would be the construction cycle, one creating the other. So, which earth would be like the child to fire, fire would be the mother to the earth, etc., etc. Now, you have a destruction or a controlling sequence here. So, fire destroys metal, metal destroys wood, wood destroying earth, earth destroying water, and water destroying fire. This is going to be the main principle of my demonstration, and how these can be used to just augment and get a stronger effect from the techniques that we've already seen. Now, there are 4 types of knockouts. 3 of them have been demonstrated. So you have blunt force trauma, air, and blood. Okay? The 4th one would be the disruption of the chi, or the energy within the body. So basically what that would do is kind of overload the central nervous system. We know through science that acupuncture points affect the central nervous system, so, and the brain activity as well. So disruption of this could cause the system to go into overload. It would be kind of like having a computer with too many windows open and it just freezes. So anybody that's done acupuncture, we've all seen somebody pass out or faint from a needle, either a combination of needles or for whatever reason. And there are purposes for healing. Well, sometimes when you overstimulate the body just shuts down. So, based on that, the second sheet, I've given you all sheets on the 5 elements, which kind of covers this. The second sheet is what they call the circadian time clock. Okay? And we're going a little faster than I anticipated. So my time clock is going to be off. I'm kidding. But, so the circadian time clock is with each of the 12 organs that I mentioned. They all have a channel. So at a 2-hour time period, in every 2 hours, each organ has this, it's at its strongest. Okay, so every 2 hours that shifts through a 24-hour cycle. This can be very important in some other systems as far as activating the points. So, along with this, and I will get to some of these points. So we have the, if you want to just get in a nice front stance. So we know that the body has chi, energy, basically electricity. So resist me. So here, once I can obviously manipulate the energy from the outside, okay? Now using points, these are kind of your portals to get and control the energy. So whether you're using a needle, whether you're using massage techniques or shiatsu, activating this energy. So along with the points, if you can grab a hold of me, please. So grabbing one point, 10% of the population, if I grab an acupuncture point, I might get some response, but it's not going to be compelling, okay? So if I grab, say, lung 8 here, I get some response. Okay, I come up here, I grab large intestine 10. I get some response. I combine the two of them, I get a much greater response. Okay, so same thing. Okay, so if I grab like pericardium 6, very strong point. Okay, I reach up, grab stomach 12. Okay, you get some reaction. Now you put them both together and the person goes right to the ground. So combining points gives a much stronger effect. This is also true if I'm going to do a joint manipulation. So manipulating the joint, that's going to get some effect, or hitting the point like I did before, get some effect. Now I roll these over and I get them together, I get a much stronger effect. So basically, overstimulating the body's central nervous system will confuse the body. This takes away strength and affects the body at a deeper level. So what this means is that if your opponent is bigger than you and stronger or tougher, maybe they can't be knocked out, it won't matter because we're not dealing with that. Now you're getting to the central nervous system. And if you can get that to respond, overreact, and shut down, everything else is null and void. So, well, let's look at, these are all in the first 12 one-steps that we learned right off the bat. So off the punch, moving over, number 1. So you're blocking, just an outside block. Come into the floating ribs, into the temple. Obviously, you're going to get probably a knockout with that. Okay, so, but as I analyze the points here, and I move this over, I'm blocking basically on the heart channel. Okay, coming in, this would be liver 13, so that would be wood element, and then coming back up to Tai Yang, or coming up into gallbladder 2. So, aside from those being great points to hit with blunt force trauma to get a knockout, you may also be activating these points. Okay, same thing, number 2. Stepping over, side kick, same thing, coming down. Now hitting the neck, the side of the neck, basically straight out from the Adam's apple, you have 3 major points here, okay, which can be seen right here. So right along here, stomach 9, small intestine 16, and triple burner 18. So, coming down, hitting, striking here, you will get a stronger, you're going to have a real strong effect, more so from blunt force trauma and the area that you're activating, more the nerve cluster there. So, now let's look at number 3. This is where I'm going to break this down. So number 3, you come in, you block, you strike. So looking at these points, we're hitting lung 7 or 8, and then coming in, hitting triple burner 17, which is right under the ear behind the jawbone. So if we look at this, this would be metal. Triple burner is it's a fire channel, but that's where it turns to wood and goes to the gallbladder. So from this situation, we have metal destroying wood. Okay? Now, looking at the hand and the arm, it's mainly going to be metal on this side, so large intestine and lung. Everything else is fire. Okay? So pericardium, heart, small intestine, and triple burner are all fire. So we know, according to the 5 elements, fire destroys metal, and then metal destroys wood. Okay, so using this, I will get a knockout just from blunt force trauma. But if I want to use the points so I don't have to hit him so hard and rely on that, this is exactly what I'm going to be using. I'm going to change this slightly. So instead of our number 3 1-step, using the same thing, I'm going to move up, I'm going to hit lung 6, I'm going to come down, I'm going to grab lung 8 with my thumb, and heart. So grabbing heart 5. If you look on the charts here, you have 3 heart points that are very close together. Also on the lung channel, you have lung 9, lung 8, lung 7. So they're all very close, which allows for error. Okay? You don't have to be exact and specific on exactly which point. Main thing, fire destroying metal, and then metal destroying wood. Okay, so another important element to this would be from blocking here and coming in. I'm going to change the strike so I can get the right angle. So the angle of the attack, if I'm going to needle this point, I want to go straight in. If I go towards the nose or towards the eye with a needle, I'm going to cause major damage to the nerve, to the trigeminal nerve. I'll run into it. Okay, so I want to hit this point in that direction. Okay, so not only activating the point, but the nerve. So what's important is I'm going to come in here. See, I want to bring this close enough so I get the right angle, so I'm not reaching. I'm going to pull him into that point. Okay, keep your mouth closed. And what I'm looking for is compliance. All I want to do is control. So, on number 3, instead of just doing here to here, activating here, come in, grab, touch that point. I'm getting a reaction, boom, take them right to the ground. So, you okay? You can see it all? You are, okay.
Sir? Great.
Okay, so, number 9 one step. Okay. So coming over, blocking, on the block, I'm using small intestine, and I'm hitting the heart channel, which would be fire. I'm gonna reach over, and I can grab metal, so I got fire, activating, destroying metal. Then I'm gonna come up to the triple burner. Now this, as we're teaching this to the beginners, it's block, elbow strike, or just control. So using this point up here, triple burner 12, I can unlock the shoulder so I can gain control here. So using my small intestine channel, which would be fire, attacking fire. So I'm here, grab, come over, hit the fire channel again, come up, and then come up and hit the wood, gallbladder 20. Okay. So here,
Head rush.
so gaining compliance.
Not so much power, Mr. Bunkholt.
Yes, sir.
Are you done?
Yes, sir. Difficult to control that to the in practice and control how hard.
Make sure he's okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's take down Mr. Bunkholt's.
Yes, sir.